Hello students, welcome to this video channel Unique English Classes. Now I will discuss about the first chapter of 11th class from your Hornbill, the portrait of a lady, that is written by Cbse. In this chapter, first of all I want to tell the chapter sketch in which Cbse himself has told his own autobiography, in which he has given a pen portrait of his grandmother. And this story also revolves around the relationship between a grandson and grandmother. And then I will like to say the characters are grandmother and the author himself, Cbse. There are few main points around that you have to know the whole story. And in that, here are the main points. The author remembers his grandmother. In the very beginning, in the chapter, the author has remembered his grandmother. He recalls he had seen her for 20 years, and in the same way, she was old enough and wrinkled, with wrinkled face. He could not believe that once she was a pretty woman and had a husband and her own sons and then grandsons and granddaughters. Now he finds his grandfather's portrait that was stuck on the wall of dining room, and that also seems to be with 100 years ago with the age. When he finds, he thinks that perhaps he was 100 years old, and it also reflects that he had perhaps a lady and once he was too young. Now when this story starts there, the relation of grandmother and grandson is told by him. In that beginning, he tells that how he had to stay in the village with his own grandmother, and his parents were in the city that time. Grandmother had to do everything for her grandson. She waked him up, she bathed, she prepared him for the school, and even she joined with him to the school. That school was beside the temple. Both were linked together, and that time when he was for his study, she used to pray in the temple. The author tells about the children. They were arranged in two rows, and being sad, they used to sing in chorus, otherwise they used to pray. And that very time he was serious for study. So that was about his childhood, and at the school what happened, the turning point in the relationship, their relationship. He has discussed about his own turning point, where he had to go to city. Even grandmother also went to city to his parents, and that time he had to join with an English school. What happened? That made her an anxiety, and that time they had a difference in their relationship, as she could not join, she could not accompany to him to the school, as he had to go in a motor bus. Finally, she was upset, and what happened? One more thing disturbed her, that in the school, that English school, what was taught that boy was not understood by grandmother. And then she was more disturbed to find that they used to teach him English, the Archimedes laws, and music even. And she did not like that somebody will teach her grandson music, because she had no belief that music could improve the gentle folk. Again, the time came when he had to go to university, and that time she went to the station to leave him, but she did not show her own expression with sad feeling. She blessed him and returned, and that made a big difference in their relationship. Now she was alone totally. She had to live silently in the house, and nobody was to talk. Even she did not like to talk anybody, and she had nothing to do except counting the beads of rosary and to pray the God. And in the afternoon, she became pleased to feed the sparrows. Here, I did not tell you that in the course of returning from the school, she used to feed the stray dogs. That very time in the villages, the stale bread she had kept, and she used to feed those stray dogs. But now in the city, she had no stray dogs, so she could find the sparrows there, and she used to feed them and enjoyed enough. And that was her routine day to day. Again, what happened? The author returned from his higher studies, and she became happy that time. She became pleased. And what happened? The author has referred that something happened unusual. That evening, as she did usual to pray the God, now she stopped it, collected the women from the village that surrounding that neighborhood, and brought a drum and started to sing a song of warriors coming. That was very different, very strange for the author. And finally, in the next morning, he got, she felt sickness, and the doctor prescribed some medicines and told she was suffering with mild fever. Now the author could see her counting the beads of the rosary. She did not like to talk to anybody that very time, and in the counting beads, suddenly her lips stopped and she died. The author noticed now she was no more. Here, one thing more is discussed by the author, that was about the sparrow's mourn after her death. When she was kept lying dead there, no sparrow wanted to take any grain. They were silently sat there, and when the dead body was taken away, they also flew away from that place. And next day, when author's mother wanted to feed the grain, they did not take any grain. So it was the mode of the sparrows for that lady who was very affectionate for the author himself, and even for the stray dogs and the sparrows. That's the whole detailed story, detailed summary of the chapter. Thank you.